I'm going to start by removing this upper intake piece just because there are two push clips underneath here that we have to access. So with the push clip remover tool, just go ahead and pop all of these up. Now you can lift up this piece. Oh, looks like mine are missing. So, well, anyway, there's supposed to be two push clips here, but lift up this piece, twist it, turn it, and remove it. And we'll pretend that these are here. So if yours are, go ahead and pop these out. And then just continue along the top to removing the rest of them. All right, this upper piece is now loose. The next step is removing the two screws on each corner of the bumper. And if you look right by the fender well, the driver's and passenger side, you can see here I'm missing my fender liner, but I took this as an opportunity because you can much better see what's going on. There's a 10mm headed screw on each side, like I said. We're gonna have to remove that. And if you still have your fender liner, you can just pry it out of the way. All right, there it is. Let's do the same to the other side. This piece here will stay with the bumper, but it is attached to the inner fender liner with that push clip right there, so I actually have to remove that. I'm trying to unscrew the middle portion, and hopefully that's going to allow me to pull this piece out. Oh, there we go. Now these two are separated, and let's do the same thing to the other side. Since my other side fender liner is missing, I'm just going to move on to removing this splash shield here, which is already mostly removed because all the push clips are missing. So I'm just going to pop off the ones that are still here and remove it. Now mine's going to hang off like this. Okay, so it's still hanging on the subframe, so I'm just going to leave it like that. And at this point, if you did have fog lights, you would go ahead and disconnect them. As you can see, this vehicle does not come with that option, so I don't have to worry about it. But typically, you would just reach up in here and just unplug your fog light bulb. At this point, what you want to do is pull the bumper straight out from the fender, push it out a little bit. It's ready to fall off, so don't go too far. Do the same to the other side. Once it unclips, you can slide it right off. There you go. To remove this headlight, you need to take out 4 10mm bolts in total. I'm going to start with the two up here. Now take out this one down here, and this one on the side on the fender. Now you can pull the headlight straight out and remove it. There we go. Right here you can see the main harness connector for the headlight. It looks like it's already broken. Someone's already been in here, and this on top of it being broken is pretty stuck in there with sand and debris. So disconnect that, and here's your old headlight. Before I install the new headlight, just wanted to point out that this right here is the adjuster. So that's where you'll adjust your beam to aim properly after you're done installing. Now put the headlight somewhat up into place and connect your harness. Make sure it clicks. Mine won't because it's broken, but at least it goes in and stays. Line it up with all of its mounting points. There we go. And let's start in all the bolts, and let's snug them all up. Now let's get the bumper back on. Now let's slide the bumper cover on. Be careful not to scratch up your paint or your new headlights. Line it up into place. And I'm just going to put in these top push clips here. That way it's being held into place with something. Let's put in the two side bolts. Okay, do the same to both sides. All right, put the fender liner back where it belongs and reinstall this push clip here that holds the bumper to the fender liner. Lock that in. Let's put this splash shield back and secure it with all the push clips. And last thing, let's get this air intake back on, sneak it past the bumper, battery, and the radiator, and make sure it goes into the air box in there. Put it over the radiator sport up here. Let's put the 3 push clips back in. One of mine actually broke, so I'm just going to put 2 in, but that's good enough. Now you can go ahead and align your brand new headlights.
This is going to be a general tutorial on how to aim your brand new TRQ headlamp assemblies. Okay, so looking at your brand new TRQ headlamp assembly, you're going to see where your low beam is, and you'll see a little dot right in the center. And that is the axis point, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to mark that with an erasable marker, just so it's easier to see. Next, what we need to do is measure from the level ground up to this point and take note of that measurement. Now we're just going to pull the car up to our wall. On our vehicle, we remember that the measurement was 28 inches for our access point. Your vehicle may be different, but that's where I'm going to put this tape, just above that 28 inches. We'll do the same on the other side. Okay, so let's just back the vehicle up, straight back 25 feet from the wall. And now that we moved our vehicle 25 feet back from the wall, we're going to start with our measurement here. That's where the headlamp center is. We're going to go down 4 inches on the driver's side. On the passenger side, we have our line here. What we need to do is go down 2 inches. To adjust the driver's side, we're going to cover our passenger side headlamp. If you look at the back side of your headlamp assembly, you're going to see something that looks like this. This is the adjustment. Some of these headlight assemblies have 1, 2, or even more of them, but you should at least have 1. This is how we're going to adjust the headlight beam. Now we're going to lower the top part of the beam down to just below this line. When you turn the adjustment to the right, it brings the beam up, and if you turn it to the left, it'll bring the headlight beam down. And this is this way on most vehicles. Let's continue on to doing the passenger side. All right, we properly aligned our TRQ headlamp assemblies. Okay, and on the quality TRQ headlamps for a pickup truck, the procedure is going to be the same. You're going to find your center dot, mark it, and then you'll measure from the level ground up to your dot. So once your headlamps are properly adjusted, it'll be time to adjust your fog lamps. You'll notice on the driver's side, the focal point is all the way at the bottom right now. I would like to bring it up so it meets up with approximately the bottom of the focal point of the headlight. Some fog lamps have an adjuster, others don't. The ones that do have an adjuster, you would just turn the adjustment to the left or to the right to adjust the beam up and down to where it needs to be. Now with your TRQ headlamps and fog lamps properly aligned, you can drive down the road safely.